Right. We came niggas straight out of one west, no contest. We the best to the niggas who's living, trying to continue with the stress. Going through the test, no access, because you repressed slaves. Niggas is dying off in waves. Living in dirt, now it's some brave. Niggas cross-talking over the white chalk, over the bodies of roses that you paid. Americans killing us, saying they fearing us with the drugs in the hood. Now my niggas delirious, put a gun in my face. Or because of my race, click, boom, flash, cause the skills of murder my ass. Like a sheep to the slaughter, heart beating harder and harder. Baptized with these words, never dipping in water. So now we praising the Father. The strength of the Father that's looking for the marauders. That's fucking taking our daughters, niggas, it's wartime. Lights up, niggas, showtime. Got the green light for that ass, yeah, go time. Either boot up, shut up, or get your ass up. So we ain't got time to be playing, it's all fucked up America. Heaven for the thief, hell for the slave, reaping what you sow, meaning giving back what you gave for what clean slate. Try to imitate, you was always fake America. Every city, state, this is your fate. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I've been taking too many days off, now I'm on the move, trying to save y'all. Woke up to the news. I paid off. More fire, more fire, more fire, more fire, more fire. I ain't get no sleep cause of y'all. I promise you that y'all won't get no sleep cause of me. When a nigga like this plate, that's what dogs eat. Find me with my lost sheep, setting fire to the streets as I speak. For whatever man soul should be real. And my people the soul like some fucking raw meat. What you thought that's what you owe me. And I want your ass to change, crack get below me. Same to the Arabs, the Africans, Chinese, and Jewish men. Not cause of your skin, but you played a hand in my demise. Got rich off our lives, and filled the world with lies. You preyed on the feeble minds, now you gotta pay the price. And you gon' play with your life, because your forefathers gone. Make amends with your sins, it's gon' get worse if you don't. Go to the wicked who think that this shit is all just a joke. Pray for my bros up in Cali, cause it's up in smoke. So our identity, then you kept it all hidden. We didn't deserve it when you was dealing with us so differently. Didn't we have identity? Damn it, that's just a memory. But now we about to double the end through our defendants. And you too many days off, I'm on the move, you say. Missing pages got me missing out on hope. Missing payments and young niggas steady broke. I'm missing my niggas turning to a ghost. Now they can't raise the toast, but then we pour a dose. When you really close is when it really hurt the most. And when you really love someone, it's hard to let them go. You left in me with 2 seasons, now she gotta grow on both. And now she got some missing pages to your story, never wrote.
I'm gonna play something real quick. That's the Black Party. That's the All Black Party. Shalom Israel. Captain Azani, I'm rocking with you. Okay, that was the All Black Party. That was amazing, man. I'm glad they put it out so everybody can watch. Put it out on social media. Let me see this.
Why would I do that? This is not my first cleansing, and it's not going to be my last. When you said not again, how many times did this happen? Let's just say I could have been able to feed a whole army of vampires. What's wrong with you? Not a child, I'll tell you that much.
I want y'all to listen to this. The brother made it a joke.
Oh my God, not again, bro. What happened? What's wrong? My period that wasn't coming, so I took the test. I just found out I'm pregnant, like. Oh. Okay, so let's sit down and talk about this and see the next step. The only sit down I'm doing is with my doctor, and the next step is sending this thing to the upper room. Oh, just like that? As easy as A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Yes, just like that. I'm not even gonna give it a chance to have a heartbeat. I was thinking maybe you would consider probably keeping it. Keeping it? While the niggas with the dirt bikes is outside? Are you dumb? Why would I do that? God. This is not my first first cleansing, and it's not gonna be my last. When you said not again, how many times did this happen? Let's just say I could have been able to feed a whole army of vampires. What's wrong with you? Not a child, I'll tell you that much.
Y'all heard that?
Oh my God.
Are y'all able to hear it? Did y'all just hear the joke?
My period that wasn't coming, so I took the test. I just found out I'm pregnant. Like, oh my God, not again, bro. What happened? What's wrong?
Because Amelia, let's be honest, Amelia Earhart, that bitch crashed.
I just want to know if y'all was able to. Shalom, sis. All right, we rocking. The water for coming on. I'm just going to go on one more page. The water for y'all patience. Let's get it. We here now. Were y'all able to hear the joke? If you was able to hear the joke, just let me know, please. Baba Kashar. Just say Khan. I was playing the all black party. Okay. All right. Right. Shalom. Dua for y'all. Okay. Dua for joining me. Most High in Christ. Okay. Now this show might separate the real from the fake, the strong from the featherweight. We do have some strong featherweights though that be boxing, but nevertheless, once again, this is the ISUBK Commanding General Yohana. All right. The ISUBK Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York City, New York. Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth of the Bible. Okay. The absolute truth. We are under Commanding General Yohana, who is the man that's set up by the Most High to lead Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans back to the Most High. Okay. Most High in Christ. The Most High, when we say the Most High, Yahweh is his name in the Hebrew. That's the name of the Most High. Okay. He is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All God, all Father. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And when I say "are," I'm speaking of us, the so-called Negro, the so-called West Indian, the so-called Hispanic, the so-called Latino, the so-called Native, Indigenous, okay, specifically of North, Central, and South America. We are scattered abroad. Okay, I said so-called Haitians, so-called Latino, so-called Chicano. Okay, those so-called names, you know who we're talking about, Black and brown people, specifically of North, Central, and South America. Natives, Indigenous, we are scattered abroad, but we are heavily concentrated here in this hellhole they call America, the Americas. Okay, give it up to y'all. Make sure y'all check out that Black Party, the All Black Party. It's on YouTube, America on Fire. Subscribe to that page. That's Commander General Yohana's page. Okay, because you know tonight we're going to be blazing on that page every Monday night, 9:00 p.m. Eastern Time. Commander General Yohana's show. Last of an Angry Black Man, America on Fire. Oh, man, you know he's going to bring it out. All these things going on in the world. All this. Shalom to all the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shabbat. It's a hole in my joint. Just letting y'all know. I'm going to take it off in a second. Okay. Braids getting fuzzy. I'm up here like Meek Mill on a freestyle back in the day. If anybody knows anything about that. Okay. Braids looking kind of fuzzy. I love frankincense and myrrh. I don't know what it is. I love frankincense and myrrh. I just burn it in the crib just to burn it because I love the smell of it. Okay. The frankincense and myrrh. All right. Okay. Okay. And we're going to get it in today. We're going to go over a few topics, but I mainly wanted to speak about what America is pushing right now. It's a big push in the political world, the abortion pill, okay? Because some states want to cancel the usage of the abortion pill. And with that, it's getting presented to the Supreme Court. It's something just to come up because it is election season. Election season is upon us. Election season is real soon. Put this over here this way. Y'all probably can't even see me. That's all right. It look cool though, don't it? It ain't weed smoke. It ain't cigarette smoke. It ain't crack smoke. Like I said, it's frankincense and myrrh. Okay? But as I've stated before, all right, the election season is upon us. The campaign season, the political world, all that is upon us now. And with that being upon us, yeah, you could just pull that right over there, yeah? The water. And with that being upon us right now, there has to be a topic. There has to be something to push for an argument, okay? Because the abortion pill has been in existence for over 20 years. And being that it's in existence for over 20 years, but now they want to utilize something because, you know, last couple of years, abortion has been a heavy push, Republicans versus Democrats. And I am getting sick and tired of the term reproductive rights, women's rights, and reproductive rights. Because it is crazy to say reproductive rights. And Black people, we need to look at history. When I say Black, I'm speaking of all 12 tribes. Black is a term, a generalized term that was denoted to us because we're not Black. We are the 12 tribes of Israel. However, when I say Black, it helps you to understand who I'm speaking to. And I'm speaking of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay? And that term Black was given to us, just like the term Niger was given to us, which turned into nigger, Negro, which comes from necro, all right, or Moor. Those are terms that are Black, but come from death because of the curses that are upon us, that identify us of who we are, okay? Now, we need to look at history and everything that is presented to us and stop being so readily to accept it. Kamala Harris is going to be pushing for the Democratic Party to keep the abortion pill. And she's going to be pushing that. And she's going to say it's women's rights. And as she stands there, she's going to stand like she did a couple weeks ago, was it? Was it last week? When she went to the slave gates in West Africa? And she did the fake tears. And she said, oh, the horrors that the people had to go through. And she's standing there talking, and walking up slowly behind her is who? Her white Jewish husband. I said, what? What? This is crazy. And you know, Kamala Harris is not an Israelite. She is not a Jamaican. She is not a Caribbean. She is not Black. She is not. Her father wrote a paper, and it was discovered. He wrote a paper. He's a professor in California somewhere. That's where he found her mother, who was East Indian, Hindu, Bengali, that Indian over there. He wrote a paper and a dissertation or something, and he brought out the history of his family. And he said that his grandfather owned a slave plantation and ran a plantation in Jamaica. I don't think y'all heard that, or y'all get it, or y'all even care. Kamala Harris is from the descendants of white people that own slaves in Jamaica. She has dark skin. Okay? Because they took on our women, just like Bob Marley. Bob Marley is a descendant of an Irishman. Came to Jamaica, had sex with Bob Marley's wife to produce him. And you see I'm using the term produce. Okay? Now, y'all got any questions or comments? Go ahead and pop them in. Pop them in all the chats. Pop them in all your questions or comments, and your answers. I'm about to ask a question. What is the definition of reproduction? What is the definition of reproduction? Anybody? What is the definition of reproduction? I'm going to give it a second. I'm going to give it about 30 seconds. So you can look it in on Google. You can look it up real quick. Grab your dictionary. Think about it for a second. What does reproduction mean? Because they're saying women's reproductive rights are being threatened, are being taken away from them. What does reproduction mean? Or to reproduce? What does reproduction mean, or to reproduce? Hmm? Come on, here we go. Here we go. Through reproduction. Okay, reproduction, reproduce, produce. Now you go to the supermarket and you go to the produce section. What is in the produce section? Somebody comment. Somebody give me an answer, Baba Kushar. You go to the produce section. Oh, the sister got it. Reproduction, she got it. So Rara now got it. Breeding, sexual intercourse. There we go. Let's see. The action or process of making a copy of something. The action or process, or rather not, that was hard. The action or process of making a copy of something. The cost of color reproduction and publication is high. That was the sentence that they gave. They give you a sentence. Okay. All right. Shalom says, Arizona checking in. That was perfect, sister. I think that's what I have too. The action or process of making a copy of something. That is reproduction. You go to the produce department, because in that section, you go to the produce department in a grocery store. In that section in the grocery store, what's there? What's there? Produce. They call it produce for a reason. That's the section that gets called produce, because that section and the fruits and vegetables in that section, that's what you find in that section, they have seeds inside of them. The beef section, the meat section, they don't have a seed inside of it. The dairy section, it doesn't have a seed inside of it. The snack aisle has no seeds in it. What has seeds in it? The produce section, because it can reproduce. It's productive. Something that is productive reproduces or brings forth a product. So they will manipulate the mind and tell society, tell the world right now, specifically women, specifically black women, because black women have one of the highest voting percentages in America. So they'll tell you that it's women's rights and it's a woman's right to choose because this society, this government is violating women's reproductive rights. Black women, you should not fight for this. They're saying that abortion, I'll get the definition for abortion. Now, this show might be hard. This show might be hard to watch. But y'all gonna watch the Freaknik documentary that come out. Now make sure y'all watch them fights that you see online. You're gonna watch the Freaknik, you're gonna watch the fights, you're gonna watch the shootout that happened at the club. Oh, they had it on camera. You're gonna sit there and watch that. But let me play this clip. This one recently. There it is. Okay, I got two. We have at camp when we speak, one of our signs is Planned Parenthood is murder. Abortion is murder. We have one of those signs. And people walk by that sign. Some people look at it because we have pictures of an actual abortion and what takes place. And some people say, you shouldn't put that up. Oh, that's horrible. That's disgusting. How can you do that? The reason being because it's so vile and disgusting is why it's being shown. Then the prophet over Israel. Okay. I'm trying to remember the prophet's name, his name. But Israel was so wicked and foul that we were going out and raping women. And one woman was raped so bad that she died in the morning. And when the prophet came across the body, you know what he did? He chopped her body up and sent it to all 12 tribes of Israel to show what? How foul and disgusting we've become. That made Israel go, whoa. The Lord is watching this, or he's going to destroy us for this. So the Most High allowed the prophet to do that, and that sent the statement out to all Israel to get right. So we have that sign up, and we talk about abortion and what it really means. Because sisters, and my main focus and concern, my primary care is for Black women. This society will have you believe that we don't care about Black women. When we're the ones in the ISUPK, I bring up in lectures, speeches, conversations, debates, I bring up the vast number of Black women dying in the hospitals because they're not getting appropriate care. I said it Saturday at camp, and a sister was walking by. And I said, the Black woman will be laying in that hospital bed, hitting that nurse's button, crying, screaming in agony and pain to the point of death. And that button will just go off. No doctors, no nurses respond. You have nurses and doctors who believe that Black women have a higher threshold of pain and that they must be lying. Oh, she's just lying. And she'll go back to the nurse's state and say, she's lying. She's all right. Nobody cares about that in legislation. Nobody cares nothing about that. Nobody cares to stop the high HIV STD rates in the black communities. Miami, Atlanta, New York, Detroit, Syracuse. All these are big, populated black and Hispanic areas. But nobody gives a damn about that, do they? They're going to have you believe that this is a women's rights issue. And black women, we need to stand up and fight for abortion. And I just played that joke where the brother was over his woman's house. And she said, I missed the period. And you could see the look on his face. And first he's shocked. She said, I'm pregnant. Oh, well, guess I'll just go ahead and do it again. And he said, oh, you don't want to keep it? And he's like, again? She's like, yeah, I do this all the time. He said, for how long? Why? Why so much? What's going on? She said, I would be able to feed an army of vampires. And the brother says, don't you think you got a problem? She said, I got a problem, but it ain't a child. That's how easy we care about this. That's how light this is taken amongst us, because we've let the enemy, the oppressor, saturate our mind into believing that, oh, this is rights. Oh, the water, they got it. The choir, you on it. Thank you, sister. The action or process of making a copy of something. The water says reproduction, produce. There we go. Shalom, warrior. Okay. The deliberate, this is their definition of abortion. The deliberate termination of a human pregnancy, most often performed during the first 28 weeks of pregnancy. So now they're trying to push that too, okay? Because the Republicans have picked a side, not as if they care about black people. Because we're thinking, see, we got to stop being simple. We got to stop being simple. We got to stop thinking like a Christian and thinking of everybody, because nobody else does that. White Christians don't even think like that. White Christians don't give a damn about black Christians. They think about white Christians and white people. That's their main concern and focus. So the white Christians of the Republican Party are now taking a stance against abortion. Why? Because they believe that their population is dying out. And Democrats are so stupid, black Christians are so dumb to follow and to sign up with the Democratic Party, and then got the nerve to go tell you to vote. One sister, she made this post on Instagram about Tim Scott. He's a black Republican. I think he's in his 50s. Bald-headed man. You've probably seen him before. Around Donald Trump, smiling. Big old coon. Excuse my language. Y'all understand. Coon-ass nigga. Okay? And I'm saying that for the historical term and the historical definition. Okay. Tim Scott is thinking or considering running for the Republican candidacy of President of the United States. So a sister is against it. Fine. Now the sister is against it. She makes a video about it. And she's against the Republicans. She's against Trump. That's fine too. But then she starts to bash the brother and says he has no qualification. He shouldn't do this. He shouldn't do that. But you all should go out and vote Democrat. Why? I asked the question, why? Why should we go vote Democrat? Oh, here we go with one of these again. One of these niggas He must be a Republican. You can't even ask a question. I was just asking a question. Why? Why should we go vote Democrat? Do you know, sister, that the Democrats are coon niggas too? Democrats ain't coons. Show me one Democrat, and I will show you that that's a coon. How about we don't vote for anybody? Let's stop voting. Because yesterday in church on Sunday, you sat there and said, I'd like to give a testimony. Where the microphone? Give it to me, Deacon Johnson. I'd like to give a testimony to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. The blood of Jesus is on me. Jesus is the head of my life, and everything that I do is Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And then you go in the voting booth and vote everything that's against Jesus. Jesus is not for abortion. Jesus ain't for LGBTQ. Jesus ain't for regentrification of your community. Jesus ain't for you being poor. Jesus ain't for you using drugs and getting high out your goddamn mind. Jesus ain't none of that. That's the Democratic Party. I said, what have the Democrats given to us? Oh, the countless things, brother. I'll tell you the countless things. Well, first off, Barack Obama, when he was president, healthcare. Black people, stop falling for this healthcare trash. What the hell y'all talking about healthcare? First, let's be real. Barack Obama put in the legislation a healthcare plan for America. That's not specific for black people. Now, let's look at healthcare in the black community. How do you really tackle health problems in the black community? I just said what? These black communities have the highest HIV STD rate. What y'all gonna do? Open up another free condom clinic? When you can get HPV using a condom. HPV is what? Pelvic. I'm dumb though. I'm stupid. You need morality. You need the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Bible. You need the ISUPK. Oh, shoot. They're going to expose a lot of folks that was down there in Atlanta at that Freaknik in 1994. They better not show that. Do you know a congresswoman said that? She said, we Christians now. Deaconesses and prophetesses and deaconesses and congresswomen. Whoa! You know, Freaknik ain't stopped. Freaknik ain't nothing new. We acting like Freaknik new. Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B is Freaknik every day. Bump some booty shaking music right down the street right now. I guarantee you, we was in Raleigh, North Carolina. Me and the brothers here from Syracuse, and we walking at the popping scene. It's a street. I forget the name of the street. Glenville or something like that. Glendale or Glenville. And we walking up and down the street, and everybody's out. And you see us. You see the ISUPK brothers out there, bigs, braids, spiked stuff. One brother had on a full-out garment with the Dimitri on in the middle of the street going like this. He said, yeah, we out here. This booming Jeep comes down the street, and he stops at a light. And he playing booty shaking music. And as the women, black women crossing the street, what did the black women do? His sisters on here. Sisters, what did the black women do when they heard that booty rocking, booty, boop, 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 booty, booty shaking everywhere music from the Jeep? What did the three sisters do as they crossing the street? Because remember, we're in the time of political wokeness and women's rights and proud black women. Did the black women say, shut that disrespectful music off, brother? Did the sisters look at us and go, can you brothers tell them to turn that down? This is wrong. We don't degrade ourselves like that. He should lower his music because women are here. The police right there. 2 white cops standing on the opposite corner. Thank you, sister. The sister's on point. What's the sister? Who's sister? Who's sister? She said she the rib of who? Oh, Fort Worth, Texas. Rawan. Oh, yeah. You under a mighty man. I see. Probably started twerking. Probably started dancing inappropriately. The sister from Arizona. Salab says, you sisters are absolutely right. How did they know that? How did you sisters know? How did you brothers know? They start shaking their booty. They're already wearing skimpy clothes, little to none. And literally her ass cheeks are hanging out of her shorts. Her Daisy Duke Pum Pum shorts. And she's touching the ground, shaking her ass, and the other one's touching the car. Start having sex to the music on the car. And the cop is looking and stands there. Now the cops is out there, I guarantee it, not because hoes is out there, not because the drug addicts is out there, the weed man, all the drug dealers, all the gangbanging niggas, not because of that. The cops are there because they got a report that the Hebrew Israelites, the black extremist terrorist niggas, is in town. And he look at us while we walk across the street, and we're looking at this cop like, is he going to say something? Because the light turns green. And traffic is now at a standstill because the hoes got a hoe. My reproductive rights, abortion rights. You know what you know what would stop abortion and this whole pandemic of political issue of abortion right now? You know what would stop it? Stop being a hoe. Stop having sex with hoes. The light turns green. And I stop. I tell the brothers, Akim, hold up. I look at the cop. And the cop turns around. He looks back because he was looking at us. So he turns back around and he's looking at an intersection. And he's like, he says it, okay now. He looks back at me. Looks back at them. Looks back at me. Looks back at them. Okay. And they stand up and they notice that the light is green. And they dance, slowly walk and dance crossing the street. No, don't do that again. That's stopping traffic. That's going to cause an accident. That can injure you. Something could happen. The cars could start moving. No whistle blown, no nothing. But let you say the real Jews are black out in public. Let you say we want to stop being wicked and change our lives. Let you say the oppressor is the goddamn devil that the Bible speaks. These police are devils. These Europeans, these Edomites are devils. Oh my goodness. You liable to get a citation, the whistle blown, a confrontation, a conversation. You got to go through all this just to have the freedom of speech, to speak the Bible. They trick and manipulate the minds of those three sisters and got those sisters believing that if they want to be prosperous and productive in America, then they would follow the Democratic Party and their policies and this pathway through intelligence. Because I guarantee those three sisters were in college. Sister said, they will say it's blasphemy. We are living in a time when the truth seems like a lie and a lie the truth. Absolutely. That's a scripture in the Bible. Woe unto them that say good is evil and evil is good. So they'll have us believing in this. They'll have us following it. Right? They'll have you believe in it. You are absolutely correct. And they'll say that's reproductive rights when you're not producing anything. Let's get the definition for abortion. I'm going to play this video. Okay. And I heard on Sway in the morning, a popular satellite radio show. Sway, y'all remember Sway? Used to be on MTV. He has dreads, and he always wore a big hat to cover up his dreads, and he was always doing interviews. He has his own radio show. Been having this radio show for over 10 years, right? Maybe more. He's on the show with Heather B. Heather B, who used to be a rapper, who was on TV. They got this show. And they brought up some brother on the show this morning. And who else they got on the show? They got on so-called Hispanics on the show. Us. You got a sister and a brother. So you got the black and brown folks on the show. It's a hip-hop show, a rap show, a black culture show. But for some reason this morning, the topic is the abortion pill. And I got it for y'all. I'm going to read the article on the abortion pill. Okay. Now, I want y'all to see. I'm going to show y'all the picture before I read the article. This is the USA Today. The article is the abortion pill, right? Y'all see that? See it? Abortion pill ruling could be far reach. Okay, USA Today. Look at the picture underneath the article. This is in Detroit. This is a famous statue in Detroit of a black fist. And this black fist is the fist of Joe Louis. A famous black. He was called what? The Bronze Bomber. He moved to Harlem and lived in Harlem amongst his people because it became a symbol of black manhood or black masculinity because he was whooping everybody in boxing. And they made a statue of his fist. Black power. And you know what's over black power is the goddamn abortion pill. You black people are dumb. Our leadership is stupid. Black men, you are dumb. Black women, you are dumb. If you are not following this Bible and you following this goddamn Republican Democrat trash, you're dumb. You're stupid. You've been manipulated into thinking that this is the rights of women. It's a woman's right. How do you have a baby? Women who keep the baby, right? In the black community, if a woman keeps the baby, Most High in Christ, she kept the baby. And the father is a wicked man. And he leaves and says, I don't want to take care of no kids. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. You call him a deadbeat. And you say, he is not responsible enough to take care of his own. So, birth is not a woman's choice, nor is it solely a man's choice. Reproduction happens because there are two, a male and a female. Y'all niggas so dumb. Y'all believe a man can get the black woman sitting in Congress last year, and the white man is sitting up there, and he's going, "Wait, so you talking about women's rights?" And she says, "No, trans." So you don't. She's saying it to him. You don't believe a trans can have a baby? He said, "No." He said, "You. This is a professor. This sister's a professor. She getting paid. Y'all better have the ISUP. This is why I'm against HBCUs. Because HBCUs need to contact every ISUPK in every city and say, we need y'all to be the professors. She sat up there and she said, you don't believe a trans woman can get pregnant? He said, no, that's a man. So you're against trans. 1 out of 5 trans has thought of suicide. You hate trans. You need to stop. Thank you, sis. That's all we become is educated dummies. We know big words now. We know the word toxic now. Anxiety. I'm hearing cats on the streets. Niggas in the street saying, yeah, I gotta smoke weed because I got anxiety. Nigga, we have always had anxiety. You want to talk about health issues? Let me go back to that point. Talking about Obama. He gave us health care. Black people in America have never, ever had health care. We have high cancer rates, high diabetes. We have high everything. You know why? You know why? I talked about the HIV and STDs, right? Because we don't have any morals. You know why? The corner stores are owned by another nation. They call every black community in America, North, Central, and South America, what do they call it? A food desert. Why? Because nothing grows in a desert. Nothing produces. The 1 or 2 black businesses that you got, it's food. Right? You got a mom and pop soul food restaurant. You got a Benjamite restaurant. They're giving you hot food. Balanced food. Plantains, rice and peas, chicken, cabbage. Right? You eat. But we don't have that. You know what we got? Chips, sodas, blunt wraps, weed, Spike, Lucy's, candy. That's what's sold to you. Chicken that's been sitting there for 3 days. That's what you eat. So if they so concerned about black people in healthcare, how about you give it? All these sisters I see online, all these brothers online that work out and eat all these vegetables, it's all these vegan niggas now. Now ain't everybody vegan, right? How come the vegan brothers and sisters don't run the corner stores? Shouldn't they run the corner stores then? How about we do that? You don't care about health care. Get out my face. Black people don't give a... We don't know nothing about health care. Black people don't go to the doctor until they dead, nigga. I've been breathing funny. For how long? About 6 months. You can't breathe for 6 months? Then you get rushed to the emergency room. That's health care for black people. Stop falling for a dumb lie. Barack Obama gave us health care. What else he gave you? Nothing. Nothing. He get gay rights. They can marry. Joe Biden, yeah, the LGBTQ, you better not hate them. Discrimination. Open up the floodgates for them. Give them the schools. You can have a drag queen teach the preschool readers how to be gay, how to be trans, how to be lesbians, how to use both bathrooms, how to put on lips. And the baby looked at her and said, "Why?" What are we talking about? Hey, you don't know, brother. Biden just gave a whole lot of money to the HBCUs. After Trump embarrassed you. Donald Trump, out of all the presidents, out of all the donors, has given the most money to HBCUs. That was a mockery. That was a drug dealer paying for your aunt that died of an overdose. He paid for the funeral. How you gonna look at him? You're gonna look at him as a sick, disgusting bastard, right? You know why Biden puts money in the HBCUs? So now you can have new classes at the HBCUs. Which classes are those? Diversity for the LGBTQ. You see the police departments? Police departments add LGBTQ liaisons. See the cop? The cop got the rainbow flag next to the goddamn gun. He see a trans, he pull a flag out. He see a nigga, he pull a gun out. Hello? Jim Ritter founded the Safe Places program with the aim of reducing hate crimes involving LGBTQ individuals by fostering a collaboration of businesses, schools, social organizations, and local police. When retired officer Jim Ritter was hired by the Seattle Police Department in 1983. No one asked about his sexuality. So he was gay on the police force for 40 years. You got gay cops that protect and put up signs that say, safe place for the rainbow community. A safe place. This is a safe place. We're against hate crimes against the LGBT. What's the crimes in the LGBTQ? Who commits the crimes? Do you know the LGBTQ has the highest domestic abuse out of any other community? You put two women in the house. Remember I was getting my truck fixed? To get the truck fixed, so I was there all day. The brother, he working on 3 cars at one time. And he's trying to work on my truck. And across the street from him is a lesbian couple. All day long. Up and down the street, arguing with each other. Go in the house, the babies is crying because all they doing is arguing. You're hearing glass broken. You're hearing doors slammed. I thought it was a safe place. You gonna put 2 women together? Thank you, sister. The sister said women. You right. That tough bully woman. Ooh, she mad at that. You littler than her. She hitting you. She punching you. Put 2 gay men in the house together. The one gay man find out he talking to other men. Now this ain't no woman who's shouting and screaming and scratching. This is a full-blown man. Whose number is that in your phone, nigga? He's swinging. They in there swinging. It's a safe place. But you won't vote for it because you Democrat. You gonna side with it because you a Democrat. And you gonna go to church because you a Democrat. You're stupid and dumb. You don't believe in Jesus. You don't believe in God. You don't follow the Bible. You don't care about none of that. Because you know what Heather B said on the radio? Why is it that people try to hide under religion and use religion in the Bible? when you should be concerned, that's how you live. But maybe that's not how they live. I don't think that's right. And how come y'all don't talk about nothing else in the Bible? The people say against abortion, women's rights. But they're not against, I guarantee they ain't against adultery. They ain't against this or that. Women's rights is abortion. Is adultery. That's what they're telling you. Hello? Hello? She has sex with that man. She don't want to be with that man. So she has an abortion and terminates the life of the baby because it's connected to that man. So then what? So that she can go and have sex with other men. That's adultery. All these sins connect to each other. What are you talking about? Abortion, the deliberate termination of a human pregnancy. And I'm so tired of y'all thinking that y'all so smart. It ain't a baby, it's a zygote. It's nothing but a bunch of cells together. Look what pops up. Manlius. Manlius is a suburb outside of Syracuse. And you know what I typed in on Google? I typed in swan eggs law. You know what pops up? Syracuse pops up because I'm very familiar with it. If you take a swan's egg in Manlius, they have a lot of lakes and ponds in upstate New York. And there's a specific pond or a lake, I can't remember the name of it. There's a specific lake that has a colony of swans. Swans, the beautiful birds. And it's in the middle of the suburbs. And they have a stop light and a stop line that says stop when you see the swans crossing. And it's not cute. It's not meant to be funny or a joke. It's a law. Because they want to preserve the life of the swan. One time, because you know how Edomites is. They wild, they rebellious, they wicked as hell. An Edomite man stole a swan's egg and broke the egg. Mayor on state law to destroy swan eggs. We're going to let nature take its course. Nature can take a course for swans, but not for black women. If you get caught smashing a swan's egg, you will go to jail. They will lock your ass up. If you kill an eagle or crush an eagle's egg, you will be penalized for 3 to 5 years incarceration, and then you would have to pay fines. Black people, they care more about the goddamn birds than they do you. And you believe it. Abortion is not reproductive rights. Black women, do you know your history in America? Do you know what they used to do to black women? The experimentation that they did to black babies and pregnant black women? The sister says here, because she's in Arizona, and she's UPK1 West. Malawanya, one of them brothers out there. Shout out to that mighty man, all right, sis? Out here, it's a cactus, a saguaro cactus. You cannot kill a cactus in Arizona. You driving through the desert in Arizona and you see a cactus, you say, I want to take that cactus home. I want to see what the if it's got that Alvaro in it to put on my ashy elbows. I heard you can get water from outside the cactus and it tastes delicious. I'm gonna take you home and make me more little cactuses. You jump out your car. You pull the cactus up out the dirt, the sand. You chop it and you throw it in your trunk. The police see you and they are locking you up for destroying a cactus. Where the rosters at? Where the vegan niggas at? Oh, it's a life. We don't eat them. We don't eat no meat. Did you hear? Did you hear about the cow? I can show you. I can show you this video where they killed the cow. You hear the cow crying. Y'all need to stand in front of the bullshit because y'all need to be in here with us. You don't hear the women crying? They used to examine that and do tests on you and take your womb out. They was doing it until the 70s. North Carolina, they was doing it until the goddamn 70s. Black women wasn't having no kids, wondering why they wasn't getting pregnant. Because they would go to the doctor, and the doctor would mutilate them and cut them all up on their inside. And you number one for this? That's reproduction rights. How come nobody's fighting for that? A black man go to prison? Do you know he can get his time reduced if he gets a vasectomy? In California, in Tennessee, black woman, you go to prison, you get your time reduced if you tie your tubes. Where are the reproductive rights? They murdered the 17-year-old who just became a father for sleeping in the parking lot. Where's the reproductive rights? The brother died in the prison in the jail cell by bed bugs. He was eaten alive by bed bugs. Where are the reproductive rights? How old was the boy? He knocked on the wrong door. He went to 115 Torrance Terrace instead of 115 Torrance Street. And the white man came to the door and blew him up. And he's fighting for his life right now. They murdered the sister while she was sleeping in her bed. What's the sister's name? Brittany? Nobody talks about the brother. He was shooting back at them cops. Don't nobody talk about that. He murdered his woman in the bed. Aren't they supposed to have children? Can't he have children with his woman? No. You don't have reproductive rights. Abortion is not reproductive rights. All you're doing is murdering the child. What's reproductive about that? Right, the sister knows. He was given an address to go pick up his brother and sister. He was going to pick up who? Children. Nobody cares about black children. Nobody cares about Hispanic children. Nobody cares about Native American children. Let me play this clip. He is a board certified doctor. Because you know niggas love to say, where was your education, UPK? Y'all ain't got no doc. We do have doctors in the ISUPK. I'm talking about certified doctors in the ISUPK. We do have lawyers in the ISUPK. We do have chemical mechanical engineers. Officer Abun is a genius in the UPK. We do have doctorates and masters and baccalaureate degrees in the UPK. But you mad because we get niggas out of prison too. We take hoes off the street too. And you mad at that? Ooh, we can't stand that. And I remember one time I was speaking to somebody about this topic, and they said, well, y'all don't adopt in the ISUPK, do y'all? All the black babies that need to be adopted, y'all don't take care of them. Would you like for me to call a captain in South Carolina? Would you like for me to call the captain in Texas? Would you like for me to call these sisters in the UPK and said that they ain't have no husband, but they got brothers in the UPK that take care of these men, take care of these boys, take care of their daughters? Damn, y'all don't even respect the black man for taking care of his own. Did you see the Passover pictures? Shout out to Habanah, that brother down there from Texas. He came to the Passover with his daughter, a baby girl, beautiful. You don't need no woman. You get out to UPK. She want to leave? Goodbye, shalom. He want to leave? Goodbye, shalom. We raise up all the babies up in here. Well, y'all don't want to represent. Y'all don't like that, do you? Why? Because you want to vote. Vote. The goddamn devil told you. He looked you dead in your eyes and said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. You niggas voted for him! Hey, Charlamagne, which camera am I looking at? Let me tell you this. If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Kamala Harris married a white man. Y'all thought that was a sister, didn't y'all? She was smoking weed at Howard University, she said. Listening to Tupac. She put hot sauce on her collard greens. Got y'all niggas. Ooh, wait. That's a sister. Get my pearls and my Converse sneakers. Because that's what she wore. You're dumb. We so stupid. When she said she listened to Tupac at Howard University, y'all know she graduated from Howard University in 1990? Tupac didn't release an album until 1992. You niggas is dumb. You don't even know rap music. And she's in California. You know how many successful black men there are in California? Tall, handsome, good-looking brothers. And did you see who she married? I'm going to put it up. Because y'all sister should have said, "What? Why is you with?" It pops right up. Look at this. His name is Doug Emhoff. And can anybody tell me what Doug does for a living? Because you know the black man got that question asked on the first date, don't he? On introduction. Well, what do you do for a living? Well, I'm a sanitation worker for the city. That nigga ain't nothing but a trash man. Well, I'm a truck driver. He a truck driver. Well, I'm in between jobs. That nigga ain't got no job. Hello? That's what my grandmother used to do. Hello? Let's see. Let's pull up Dougie Doug. Now see Dougie Doug? This is Dougie Doug right here. Look at her kissing Dougie Doug, looking into his eyes. Dougie Doug don't work. Dougie Doug chilling in the vice president mansion right now. Call up room service. Look at Dougie Doug. Where Dougie Doug work at? Where Doug work at? Look how Doug look when she met. Look at this. Look at this. You see this? Oh, let me show y'all. Y'all don't see it. I'm gonna show y'all what Doug looked like when he met Kamala Harris. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. She went to Howard University. There was no good-looking brothers at Howard. No intelligent brothers at Howard. Was it at least one? Look at that. Y'all canceled R. Kelly. You better not listen to not one R. Kelly nothing. How the hell come we can't cancel this? We can't cancel none of this? You should be able to cancel it all then, right? Right, sis. A mess. Look at him. Look at him. Look at this guy. All right. Okay. All right. Let me get back to it. What was I about to do? I was about to play the clip. Look like Chuck Schumer's strings. Swap, you good, Swap over in Albany. He do look like Chuck Schumer twins. He do look like Chuck Schumer. Well, they all looking like to me. He Jewish too and all that, or whatever. You got that. You got that. She don't even got a brother. Why she ain't get a brother though? Look at him. He got his rainbow flag, love the best first. She love that. She love her some Doug. Look at that. That don't even look like they supposed to be together. She got her black night dress on, popping in the scene. This dude show up like he about to, you can audit it. That's a shame. That's a shame. Because she ain't get no brother. Don't nobody ask none of these questions. But she gonna push this reproductive rights. She gonna be the black image for the black folks. And black people gonna go, you know what? We gonna roll with our sister Kamala. Let's play the video. Let me share this one.
Obstetrician gynecologist. Over the course of his career, Dr. Levatino has practiced obstetrics and gynecology in university settings, including as an associate professor of OBGYN at the Albany Medical College. And Dr. Levatino, we'll begin with you. Welcome.
Thank you, Chairman and members of the committee. I only have 5 minutes, so I'm going to get right to it. Second trimester D&E abortions performed between roughly 14 and 24 weeks of gestation. Your patient today is 17 years old. She's 22 weeks pregnant. Her baby is the length of your hand plus a couple of inches. And she's been feeling.
Did you hear him say 17-year-old? The black community, stop looking for white people to free you. Stop looking for white people to solve your problems. If you have a 17-year-old girl that's pregnant, that is our responsibility. We come together as a community to help that boy that got that 17-year-old girl pregnant. And we're going to do it and work it out as a family. And we're going to teach our other girls and our other boys, you don't have sex. You're not ready. The woman's body is not fully developed until she's between the ages of 21 and 25 years of age. People don't know that. That's not good for her body. Some folks, oh, didn't Mary get pregnant with Jesus at 12? No, we ain't Muslim. This ain't no Farad Muhammad Habib, that ain't us. That's never in the Bible. That's not our culture. A child can't have a child. That's not good for her body. So we have to teach our babies the true value of sex and sexual intercourse and reproduction. That's how you get educated. You know what they're teaching our daughters? You know what they're teaching the boys and the girls in schools and through society? That reproduction is, if you get pregnant, you have an abortion. That's what they're teaching our children. That's why he says, I'm going to take a 17-year-old girl, and he's getting ready to describe it. And this is Planned Parenthood medical procedure. He's a doctor. He's the top of the line doctor. He taught it. Obstetrics. I got to get that down. Those are the doctors that perform abortions. And these girls don't even know their body. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but the girl don't even know her body. She doesn't know how her body is made up. And you want to talk about healthcare? The first time she goes to the doctor is when she finds out she's pregnant. Let the goddamn devil fight the goddamn devil. Let the Republicans and Democrats hash it out. We must turn back to this Bible.
Feeling her baby kick for the last several weeks, but she's asleep on an operating room table. You walk into that operating room scrubbed and gowned, and after removing laminaria, you introduce a suction catheter into the uterus. This is a 14 French suction catheter. If she were 12 weeks pregnant or less, basically the width of your hand or smaller, you could basically do the entire procedure with this. But babies this big don't fit through catheters this size. After suctioning the amniotic fluid out from around the baby, you introduce an instrument called a Sofer clamp. It's about 13 inches long.
Do you know what happens when you suck the amniotic fluid from around the baby? Do you know what happens to a child? If the amniotic fluid breaks from around the child before it becomes developed enough for labor, the baby is suffocating and burning. The amniotic fluid is around the baby to give it its oxygen and the fluid to keep the temperature of the baby regulated. So they break the fluid and the baby is choking. That's why when a baby is born, it's screaming because it's breathing its lungs for the first time. And the fluid keeps the temperature regulated on the baby. And that baby is on fire. It has an extremely high fever.
Long. It's made of stainless steel. The business end of this clamp is about 2.5 inches long and 1/2 inch wide. There are rows of sharp teeth. This is a grasping instrument. When it gets a hold of something, it does not let go. A D&E procedure is a blind abortion. So picture yourself introducing this and grabbing anything you can blindly and pull, and I do mean hard, and out pops a leg about that big, which you put down on the table next to you. Reach in again, pull out an arm about the same length, which you put down on the table next to you. And use this instrument again and again to tear out the spine.
I want y'all to look at the crowd that's listening. You see, it's majority white women, right? And they're crying, their heads are down, they're ashamed, and it's a sister in the back who's looking up. Now, this is just for a second, so it probably doesn't define exactly what's going
The
on
intestines.
in the crowd. However, I do want you to notice this summer, because it's always around springtime, spring and summertime, where the abortion issue gets pushed the most, right? Because of the elections, all these things going through politically, but also because it's spring, so that everybody can go out and protest and march. These white women are sitting here crying, ashamed, hands in their face. You're going to have black women marching in the front line for the fight to have an abortion pill, for the fight for an abortion, for the fight of reproductive rights.
Heart and lung. Head on the baby that size is about the size of a large plum. Can't see it, but you pretty good idea you got it if you've got your instrument around something and your fingers are spread about as far as they go. You know you did it right if you crush down on the instrument and white material runs out of the cervix. That was the baby's brains. Then you could pull out skull pieces. And you have a day like I had a lot of times. Sometimes a little face comes back and stares back at you. Congratulations, you just successfully performed a second trimester D&E abortion. You just affirmed her right to choose.
Why did you end your practice of doing abortions?
Woo! Now he retired. He said, I can't do this no more. He getting ready to answer the question as to why did you stop committing abortion. He just said, I would pull out a face of a baby that's staring directly at me, and I would have to say, congratulations. You just performed the right to choose.
I did over 1,200 abortions over a 4-year period private practice, not counting the ones that I did during my training. I met my wife during my first year of training at Albany Medical Center. We got married about a year later and found that we had an infertility problem. After years of failed infertility treatment and several years trying to adopt a child, we were blessed with adopting a little girl.
The abortion doctor got to adopt. Is this poetic? Is this irony? Or is this prophetic? The Bible. He said he could 400 abortions and his wife couldn't get pregnant. He telling you why he stopped.
Girl that we named Heather in August of 1978. As sometimes happens in those situations, my wife got pregnant the very next month, and we had 2 children 10 months apart. 2 months short of my daughter Heather's 6th birthday, she was killed in an auto accident and literally died in her arms in the back of an ambulance. Anyone who has children might think they have some idea of what that feels like, but unless you've been through it yourself, you have no idea whatsoever. I know people find it hard to believe, but what do you do after disaster? You bury your child and then you go back to your life. And I don't remember exactly how long it was after my daughter died that I showed up at Albany Medical Center OR number 9 to perform my first second trimester D&E abortion. I wasn't thinking of it as anything special. This was routine to me. But I reached in, literally pulled out an arm or leg and got sick. You know, earlier on, I described stacking up body parts on the side of the table. It's not to, gross people out, to use a simple term. When you do an abortion, you need to keep inventory. You have to make sure you get 2 arms and 2 legs and all the pieces. If you don't, your patient's going to come back infected, bleeding, or dead. So I soldiered on and finished that abortion. And I know it sounds, as I said, hard for people to believe, but I'm telling you straight up my experience. After over 1,200 abortions, first and second trimester up to 24 weeks and all the rest of it, and being very dedicated to it, for the first time in my life, I really looked at that pile of body parts on the side of the table. And I didn't see her wonderful right to choose, and I didn't see all the money I just made. All I could see was somebody's son or daughter. And I stopped doing late-term abortions after that, and several months later stopped doing all abortions.
Now I know y'all looking at it and saying, "Man, that guy, what you did?" But I have to respect the fact that he came to Congress to tell exactly what happened and what an abortion is. That is off the chain. And nobody cares about that child's rights. Right? Nobody cares about the child's rights. Now, this is a sidebar, but there's an idea behind it. I think her name is Savannah. That is the mother of Zion Wade, who they call Zaya now. She went to the courthouse and said, "No, I don't want this for my son. I don't want this to be done. I want my son back because look what they did to my son. They took that boy's rights away from him to be a man." And the mother knew it. Now you go to any courthouse in America and it's a black man and a black woman in that courthouse, you know what the courthouse is going to do? They're going to side with that woman. But not in that case. Not in that case. Because in that case, we made that boy a girl. Completely destroyed it. Where are the reproductive rights? Now that boy won't reproduce. You don't care about the rights of the child. You don't have no hope, no vision, no nothing. You are selfish. You are so selfish that you give nobody a chance at life. You don't even give yourself a chance. Because half the time, when somebody has a child and they live a wicked life or a rough life, they say, "Oh, well, we got to change. Something got to give. I'm going to stop doing this or stop doing that." That's the Lord blessing you with the opportunity to do right. And then that child can be magnificent and great, but you still disgusting. Because I hear that argument. "Well, it's a long, hard life, and that child going to grow." Do you know LeBron James slept on the goddamn floor of his one-bedroom apartment in Akron, Ohio, with his mama? He slept on the goddamn living room floor. He's 6'8". He slept on the living room floor, eating free lunch. Now he's the greatest basketball player on the planet. Mary J. Blige was born into a broken family where her mother was getting raped and beat by her man and her stepfather and all types of that. Mary J. Blige's mother didn't go and have the abortion. She was raised in that hood, in that gutter, in that ghetto. And she's one of the greatest singers of all time. I know you don't like him because he's a Republican, but Ben Carson grew up in gang-infested neighborhood. When he was a little boy, he used to have to stab people just to go to school. He had to stab. I got to go to school today. Let me carry this knife because I got to stab a nigga just to go to school and read these books. And you know, Ben Carson performed the greatest surgery ever. He cut the brain of Siamese twins. Hello? And they lived. He's a genius. But they will get rid of all of us. Do you know Moses was to be aborted? Hello? You know Jesus was supposed to be aborted? Jesus Christ, the King of Kings, the King of the Jews, the King of Israel, the ruler of this planet under the Most High God, anointed by the Most High, chosen as the only begotten Son, was supposed to be aborted. Nigga, you supposed to represent. What you bowing down to the Democrats or the Republicans or the whoever? You're supposed to take on this Bible fully. You heard that? You heard what he said? I had to soldier up. I lost my child and I went ahead and I said, I got to stop doing this. The devil said it. A devil. The executioner. So Rob, you're right. He was the executioner. He was the top one in America. He said, I didn't care about the money. Meaning he was making all the money. Okay. Salakia. Past this. Here we go. We'll try to hear this. Okay. Got another one.
I feel so lucky that when I was 19, my abortion care network clinic was 10 minutes from my home, and an Orthodox Jewish nurse held my hand, and she did so because her faith called her to. But that almost wasn't my story. Shortly before my appointment, I didn't know if I could hold on. I didn't think I could be pregnant for another moment. I hoped it would all go away. And when it didn't, every day I considered throwing myself down the stairs as I had seen in movies and in history books. One night, I drank an unsafe amount of alcohol, believing it would cause a miscarriage. It didn't. Thankfully, I went to my appointment and received my abortion. That was when it was legal in every state. Now it is not, and I know some will try the methods that I did. And I want them to know that there are safe methods to self-managing their abortions according to the World Health Organization. It is 1 mifepristone pill followed by 4 misoprostol pills dissolved under the tongue 24 to 48 hours later, or a series.
Y'all hear this? She's describing the abortion pill that they're talking about right now in legislation. Okay? She's an abortion rights advocate. All right? And she's saying, I want people to know there's a safe way to have the abortion. She said she drank so much alcohol thinking that it would create a miscarriage, but it didn't. Did y'all hear how she just described the pill? You have to put this pill underneath your tongue until it dissolves. And then you have to take 3 other pills after that. That sounds like something crazy too, don't it? Let me run that back. She said she would throw herself down the stairs. Okay. She found out she was pregnant. She couldn't live this life. All right. So you have an abortion. If you go to the extent of tossing your body down the stairs over and over and over again to unalive the baby, what does that do to you psychologically? This woman cries every night. She has nightmares every night. She stares off in the day thinking of this horrible abortion that she had. She thinks she's horrible. Her life is horrible. Her existence is horrible. She just said she repeatedly threw herself down the stairs. Black people, you want our daughters to think like this? This is what abortion rights is. This is reproductive rights. She needs help. She needed help before she got pregnant. Before she got pregnant, she had insecurity issues, identity issues, value issues, morality issues that weren't taught to her or shown to her in love. So she'll take her body and throw it down the stairs. She'll take large amounts of alcohol. She'll buy a whole bottle of Grey Goose and guzzle it down. And it's even to the point where she'll take an abortion pill that'll dissolve under your tongue. And all these pills you gotta take after it. That sounds crazy.
When it was legal in every state. Now it is not. And I know some will try the methods that I did. And I want them to know that there are safe methods to self-managing their abortions according to the world, as I had seen in movies and in history books. Every day I considered throwing myself down the stairs as I had.
Every day. She threw herself down the stairs every day because of what?
Seen in movies and in history books.
God damn. Because you've seen it in a movie. Her education about reproduction is from movies. They will not teach you reproduction rights or reproduction or history. They're not going to teach you that. They're not going to teach you the values and the principles and the morals. We went to a school district open to the public meeting with the Syracuse City School District. And there were parents in there. And these parents, and there were grandparents in there. They was in the ages of 40, 50, 60 years of age. And every one of them starts to give reasons as to why they didn't mind going to school, that they like going to school. And you know what those reasons were? Black women teachers, Black women hall monitors. These hall monitors and teachers that taught them certain things in life that their parents probably was just too busy working. But they knew their parents. And we had a community. So Miss Johnson at the school worked in the hallway and noticed, you look different today. Notice that the girl started her cycle and gave her some things about the cycle and told her about her cycle and how to stay clean and how to handle it. You don't have that in school no more. You know what you got in the school? A grown-ass man in the bathroom with women. That's what's in your school now. The drag queen is in your school now. The sodomite skipping down the hall is in your school now. You don't have people teaching little girls and little boys reproductive rights. Reproduction, how to love your body and love yourself. Don't do that to girls, son. You don't treat girls like that. Hey, baby, you don't do that. You dress better than that. I know you. I know your parents. You ain't wearing that makeup like that. You better stop wearing that makeup. Stop wearing them short skirts. We don't do that. I don't like that, baby girl. You know that. Here, put these clothes on instead. You're going to the devil to raise your children. Isaiah chapter 30 says, woe unto them that go down to Egypt to seek for help. I done brought you up out of Egypt. The Most High wants to bring you out of America. She learns from movies. She said, I seen it in the movie. The girl threw herself down the stairs. The hell is going on?
One night, I drank an unsafe amount of alcohol, believing it would cause a miscarriage. It didn't. Thankfully, I went to my appointment and received my abortion. That was when it was legal in every state. Now it is not, and I know some will try the methods that I did, and I want them to know that there are safe methods to self-managing their abortions according to the World Health Organization. It is 1 mifepristone pill followed by 4 misoprostol pills dissolved under the
Methone crystal. I wouldn't take nothing like that. It's called methone crystal pill. Methone? Followed by 4
the
more
tongue
pills.
24 to 48 hours later, or a series of 12 misoprostol pills, 4 at a time.
God damn! You got to take 4 pills 12 times. I used to have a rib. She couldn't stand taking a pill, a needle shot, nothing. Y'all niggas can't swallow a Tylenol. But to get rid of that baby, you're going to take 4 pills 12 times. Now, I'm not saying I'm for it or against it, but birth control pills, damn, you don't take 4 birth control pills at one time, 12 times. You won't even take the birth control pill? You won't do nothing else. So what? 4 pills. 4 different pills a day. I mean, every 12 times that you take it. How about you just close your legs, get in class? How about we tell these niggas to stop having sex with all these women? Leave them hoes alone. How about we have more values and morals and principles for our children, for our men and women? These are adults. What's her name? Leticia, the Attorney General? Is it Johnson? Leticia Johnson? Leticia James. Wow, thank you. She's the Attorney General of New York State. And she said, I stand proud for abortions. I'm pro-abortion. Women should have the right for abortion. We're going to help women have abortions. Because I had an abortion when I shouldn't have had one. Excuse my language, but I'm using this for its purpose and its context. This bitch had an abortion at 37 years of age. 37! She was already a lawyer! God damn! Bitch, you need some morals.
Series of 12 misoprostol pills, 4 at a time, dissolved under the tongue every 3 hours. There's no way to test it in the bloodstream, and a person doesn't need to tell the police what they took.
Doesn't need to tell the police? You can't test it in the bloodstream, nor do you need to tell the police what you took. Why is that sad? You know why that's sad? Because that's taking the man completely away from the child. What if the man says, I want the child? You can't test it in her bloodstream. She doesn't have to tell the police. And you see how she said that? Because an abortion is a murder. Abortion is murder. It's a crime. And anytime a criminal can tell you something, they'll say what? Oh, you don't have to tell the police. That's a criminal line right there, ain't it? Hey, take this, man. Go down to the Nature Planet, right? They got this drink. When you drink it, They won't test the weed in your blood, nigga. See, you take it, you drink it all at once. Now you piss in the cup. You take that piss down there. You can't detect it. You sound like a filthy, disgusting bastard. You sound like a murderer. They can't detect it. Yeah, we chopped up the body. You can't detect it. Yeah, we raped the woman. You can't detect it. You don't have to tell the police.
No way to test it in the bloodstream, and a person doesn't need to tell the police what they took. I share that to exercise my right to free speech because there are organizations and legislators who want to make what I just said a crime.
Didn't I just say that? Is it a crime? All right, Israel. Catch me tonight, 7:00 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll be right back here with the scripture breakdown class. If you have any questions, specifically scriptures, biblical questions, questions on Bible, the Bible history. Okay, we'll go over it tonight. All right. 6 months. Okay, yeah, for taking them pills. All right. You're going to mess your period all up. Okay. I don't think she care about that. She don't care about messing up her period. She didn't care if she died. Jumping down the stairs, she didn't care if she died. All right. Okay. And you know they've been having them stories, them horror stories of them sisters dying on them hospital beds when they have them abortions. All right. Okay. Now, with that being said, let me finish with this. If you are a sister, if you are Black, Hispanic, and Native American, and you're pregnant, if you are saying, I need this abortion, because nobody will adopt it, because you know we get that question asked. How come y'all don't adopt? Why don't you adopt? Why nobody pushing for adoption? I don't see all y'all going down to adoption to adopt all these babies that need adoption. Adopt. Why you ain't asking the government to fix the adoption problem? You're not asking that? But I'm gonna finish with this. Contact your local ISUPK. Contact your local ISUPK. If you are in Syracuse, Rochester, Buffalo, Albany, Binghamton, if you are in upstate New York, and you're like, I can't have this baby, there's no way I can have this baby. If you in upstate New York, you contact 315-401-1826. 315-401-1826. Not only will we take care of your baby, we're going to take care of you. And call that man that got you pregnant. We're going to take care of him. We'll build men in here. Then you'll have a righteous family of the Most High. Y'all must have didn't see them pictures, did y'all? Y'all hated them, didn't y'all? Y'all seen them pictures from abortion? From the ISUPK Passover? Did you see them black? I'm talking about black families in garments and dresses, royalty. That's what you'll have in here. All right. So with that, Commanding General Yohana tonight. Commanding General Yohana, 9:00 p.m. Eastern Time. 9:00 p.m. Eastern Time, Commanding General Yohana. All right. Sabbath service, camp speaking. Let's get it. General Mahaiman's tonight. General Mahaiman's scripture breakdown class, Monday night, 7:00 p.m. Eastern Time. ISUPK online classes. Get in there. All right, get in here. Pay your tithes. Support the truth. Pay your tithes. Come up on in here. All right? No more of this.
it hurt the most. And when you really love someone, it's hard to let them go. You took another person like you ain't even know, and now that person.
Now, this is a party with blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Nobody stabbed, nobody shot, no woman, hey, bitch, squeezing her behind. None of that. When you see all these niggas in here, look at that. Look at that.
Abraham always got to say the real truth. Y'all following the Talmud. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Cold hard truth and keep chills. Say our Jewish is already really done. The door like having this is a piece of real. You be playing the feeling, it's an easy way. We was born fighting all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel and all came to slow red dust and hold the deal. He's only full shot. Y'all trying to make it 13. He saw the shots first like the first.
These brothers is from New York, New Jersey, Canada, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, California, Arizona, Chicago, Detroit, St. Louis. Nobody hate each other. Nobody. Seen everybody jumping together? Nobody jumped into, oh, he stepped on my sneakers. This nigga did that on purpose. He pumped me on purpose.
When you run some real niggas, mind your behavior. I will beat a nigga ass, then I'm laughing like I'm Jada. Get your fucking mind blown like a cartridge on a Sega. You niggas want attention, they don't want the war though. Talking all that shit, but you got a glass jaw. They want to raise my kids, and I'm old enough to see justice. What's up?
Let's get it like that, and don't get it right along. Whole click solid, everybody on board. Say they want smoke, that's the shit they can't afford. These niggas we know can we go home. And I know these niggas mad, I ain't tripping on good. All that fall, it don't make me do it. If my niggas taking your city on guard. Look, I got something for all you haters. Dumb thinking and see, get all the flavor. You niggas suckers like you candy coated. Red on 40, let it blame reloaded. Sticks on me, thinking dynamite from that damn explosion. Look, homie, all those niggas, you better chill. You think you got the game? On the bed, everything I drop, every little nigga. It's a picture getting out, we take it outside. You bring your mouth up in your so we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside.
See Parag? Black dress all the way down. Ain't no twerking.
Before the COVID had the mess and we was outside. The block loaded if the mag and it's outside. It's on the west for that bag and we outside. We outside. I got the world in the palm of my hand. On the west, we stretched through it live on the gram. Had a whole world viewing. Click and subscribe. Had them niggas off the block, some them shooters they want to job. I just put them on the payroll. When I get control of, I just mold them like they play those. Soldiers giving halo, trying to get up at them pesos. 40 counts, see you out of space. It's like they daring me. I said, chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every word like a listening. Hit your heart, bring it back and start looking at it. Getting dividends. We start getting ignorant. I'll be on that social shit. I talk shit phenomenal. Now that you get down with some niggas so prominent. Rhyming comical, this is funny until I'm dominant. Bring it back to the finish with the niggas. I'm shit. Team of all-star. Come on, like a politics. Fuck the politics and the lobby. They vagina, so we gon' check them like I'm intelligent. Kind of Proud war, we gon' run this off. It's gon' be a storm. But they make it play, make them niggas come hard. As we run this shit, but that question is before. I don't want to be cooking when they're all gone. Get them cracking, they don't shit, never kidding. My family came to you. Better be the last thing standing. Do it like cities, so I did. Pray you understand it. I put a switch on this guy and thought it up bad. You real shit, you know it's that. You a I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Since I took a set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, forget it's what everyone knows. The weapon the devil is known. America was never a home. Only a place of captivity, says vicinity, hate, disfigure me. The claim that I'm making me, killing me, maybe this fake be draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. The fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap, cracking the sky. Dead missiles are making it visual, I'm capturing them. They call my jealous, I'm for praying, no prayer comes. And he brought all the talented brothers. Did you notice you ain't found no weed in here? Did you notice nobody got beat up tonight? Did you notice nobody got carjacked, bro? Shut up. How the hell you want to enslave us? Steal our identity. And then tell us who we can be. Nigga, please. We gonna tell you who we are. You don't tell us who we are. We are the 12 lowest tribes of the children of Israel. If you know anything, you better look at the relics down in Egypt. Because they was the last group that got in the way of our freedom. And God had them this business. I want to thank all the brothers, man, that performed up in here tonight. And they did it all in there. Big shout out to General Hazayan. General Zakar for rocking out the logistics. And Captain Kakazar for putting this thing down when Tahir and Kakazar put it down together and it brought all the talented brothers and all their specialty together, man. You understand? We got to thank General Muhammad. Wait 1 second. Let me get him up here 1 second. There's another, let me just put it out, some up. There's another badass cat by the name of General Mayaka. You got another badass cat who handled this whole thing. Big shout out to Taiwan and the big shout out to everybody that got involved and helped us show the world that you don't tell. I can't be a joke. Whatever you smoking in that piece of pipe, it ain't working. We gonna be God's chosen people.
Like Shalom as well.
Captain Collins out, man, where you at? Captain Collins, I ran up on this thing. I called up Captain Collins out. I said, Captain Collins out, man, I'm doing the rap comments. He said, oh, really, sir? I got a little experience with that. I said, oh, really? I said, you got to gather up all the talent, man, all the beautiful brothers and sisters, man. Let's show the world there's an alternative to this evil thing.
That's right. That's right.
I'm going to say one last thing, and I'm going to get out your way so we can enjoy ourselves. I cried over y'all today. Tell you straight up. I got a call from that same newspaper that started all the propaganda against us. And she asked me for an interview. Big shout out to Captain Naya, our host. Naya called her up. You know, he used that Benjamin accent on you. He said, how you gonna call the mayor and call the police chief? And you don't call the convention center? And you not talk to the commanding general? She said, I'll talk to him right now. I got on the phone with her, man, and I explained to her who we really are, what we really stand for. And we already know if I walk out my door with brown skin, I could be interpreted as anything but what I am. I could be their thug, their criminal, their murder victim, whatever they want. But if you want to know who we are, you should ask us.
That's right.
After that hour-long interview, I ain't gonna lie to you. I pulled off the club. I headed back home, and tears came out my eyes. And I called on the Lord. I said, man, Father, this is real. Will you watch over them? Will you raise them up to be strong?
That's right.
I'm just a man with flesh.
That's right.
This is what you call for in your scriptures. You said in those studs and fringes they got it on.
Yeah, yes, sir.
You said you're following the Lord, He's doing it.
Yes, sir.
You said on the house side they ought to love one another.
That's right.
They're doing it. I said, Lord, these is your ex-criminals. They turn their life around. They down with you. Please, God. Please don't turn them. Please forgive them. Please let them repent for what has happened to them. Please give them their kingdom back and serve this peace for 400 years.
That's right.